Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back with another Chatty Get Ready With Me or weekly catch-up. As always, I'm gonna jump right in. I pulled out some makeup items that I have not used in a super long time that I need to start using, and so I've got some different things here. Okay, I'm gonna start by putting my little headband on because this just helps. All right, so I hope you guys have all had an amazing week. It's been kind of just a lot of the same around here. Charlotte and I finished that Netflix series called Alice in Borderland, and we loved it. We loved it so much. We are so sad because I think she found out that the third season isn't coming out until September. So we have a long way to go to wait for it, which is so sad. We were hoping it was gonna be like come out sooner. I'm gonna use my It Cosmetics CC cream. I am also gonna use my She Glam Melon Melt Niacinamide Serum Primer. I really like this primer and I don't think that it breaks me out. So, and I forget about it and it's like sitting right here. It's really, really cold today, so the extra layer of moisture will probably be good. So yeah, we watched that, and then we started watching another South Korean series called All of Us Are Dead, and I already really like it. It's a zombie show, and I really like it, and it's so funny because we also just watched I watched that movie called Train to Busan years ago, probably back in like, I don't know, 2016 or something. And I loved it. That's one of my favorite zombie movies ever. I just felt like it was so well done and just so good. And so I finally got Charlotte to watch it and she freaking loved it. And it's funny because in the show, All of Us Are Dead, they, when they see that people are like legitimately turning into zombies, they're like, oh my gosh, Train to Busan. Like that's what's happening. So anyways, it's just really good. We're really enjoying it. We are, I think, still on the, no, I think we're on the second episode. We watched a movie called Bodies, 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 which I've been wanting to see since it came out because I heard really good things about it. I did really like it. I think I don't know. I'm like getting older, and the older I get, the more I just don't really like to watch stuff about with like really, really young people in it. And I know that sounds horrible. Like I'm a big old stick in the mud. Like I'm one of those older people that is just like, these youngins, you know, like, I don't know. I'm sure you guys know what I mean, or at least some of you do. But, oh, that was weird. And I don't mind like younger people in real life. It's just the way that they are in movies. Like, I don't know, it kind of irritates me. So, I don't know. I will say that movie, like, it was actually really, really good though. Just like the whole storyline of it and how it ended, was so good. It was so good. So we actually really enjoyed that one. And I think that's all that I've watched. Yeah, I think that's all I really had time to watch this week. It took us like, Alice in Borderland is only 2 seasons, and I think it's only 8 episodes each season. And it took us like 2 weeks to get through it just because I just don't have a lot of time to sit and watch stuff. But I'm glad that we got through it because it is so stinking good. I really, really recommend that one, especially if you like, that one is Japanese. Charlotte and I just really, really like Asian made stuff. We really like just Asian, especially like Japanese and South Korean. We really, really like them. I think I'm gonna try, this is a She Glam foundation. It's the Skin Magnet High Coverage Foundation Stick. It's in the shade Buttercream, which is just way too light for me. Like, even in the dead of winter, which we're in right now, I don't think this will ever like work on me. It's so light. So I'm gonna try it as a concealer and just see how it works as a concealer. Ugh, I forgot my corrector again, but that's okay. I need to get back into reading some new books. I have a whole stack because I have just been finding some really, really good books at the Goodwill. So I need to get back into reading. I haven't read, well, that's not true. I've been reading, quite a bit of nonfiction stuff recently. So that's kind of what I've been into. So that's what I've been like reading, but I haven't read anything like nonfiction, just like for fun for a while, and I really need to. So anyways, yeah, that's about all we've been doing. It's funny, I bought these strawberries at Aldi. They had these like pink and white strawberries, and for some reason, like nobody wanted to eat them. So I took them out. I can't eat strawberries when they're like really cold straight out of the refrigerator. So I took them out and I just left them out so that they could come to room temperature. And I just ate like the whole carton of them because nobody else is gonna eat them and I just don't want them to go bad. And as I was eating them, I noticed that it doesn't say that they were strawberries on the package. It said, it said they were pine berries. I've never heard of a pine berry. What's a pine berry? It did say that they were non-GMO, so they're not, I don't think they're like anything weird. But what's a pine berry is what I want to know. I've never really heard of a pine berry before. Is it just, maybe it's just that kind of strawberry? I don't know. They were not very good though. They were kind of bland and they were like a little bit sweet, but not really sweet. They were just kind of like a really weird bland strawberry. I did not like it. No, I shouldn't say I didn't like it. I wouldn't buy them again. They weren't worth it. As far as like, I don't know, they weren't that expensive. I think they were like $4 for a flat of like, I don't know, maybe 12 strawberries or something. So they weren't like super expensive, but they just, I don't know, they weren't that great. Anyways, I'm trying to think if I have seen anything super interesting on TikTok. I've been keeping up with that lady that is talking to that being named Seven on TikTok. I've been keeping up with her like as much as I can. It's just like, that's creepy to me at this point. I just think it's pretty, I don't know. I just think it's kind of creepy. So anyways, I'm trying to think of anything else. I went and saw my mom a couple days ago, which is always nice. We live pretty close, but I wish that we lived closer even still. She's like, I don't know, about a 35-minute drive from me now, which isn't bad, but I do wish she lived closer. I hate my eyebrows. I really do. They're just not good eyebrows. And it's so sad because I used to have really good eyebrows when I was a teenager. But I succumbed to the plucking of, like the over plucking of my eyebrows in the 90s. And they've just never, ever been the same. I used to have really nice, like thick, full eyebrows. Yeah, not anymore. Okay, I'm gonna use, I pulled out my original Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I've had this bronzer for so long. It still smells good. It still works really good. This is the one that has a little tiny bit of like a shimmer to it. Ooh. And I love this one. This is my favorite, probably my favorite bronzer in my collection. It's just such a nice bronzer. Ooh, I went to TJ Maxx the other day. In fact, I might run back in there today because they had one of those Tutti Delices perfumes, and they had it in the almond macaron one. And I didn't get it. It was only $10. I've been reading really like mixed reviews on it though, so part of me is like, do I want it? Yeah, I kind of do. It gets compared to the Reminiscence heliotrope, and it also gets compared to the Jean Arthas. It's like in a green bottle, but for $10, it looks good. People say that it has a very, like that when it dries down, it has a very prominent cinnamon note, and I'm such a sucker for cinnamon, especially when it's like really prominent, because very few fragrances have an actually like a very prominent cinnamon note. So, I'm gonna use this blush again because last time I used it, I put a powder over it, and I wanna just see what it does on its own. This is the Mary Claire Liquid Blush in Dusty Pink that I got from the Dollar Tree. And yeah, I really wanna see how this wears on its own without a powder over it. Get my little kitty paw. Oh my goodness, speaking of cat, I can't believe I'm gonna tell you guys I did this. Well, I didn't do it, but that this happened, and thank goodness. Just thank goodness. So yesterday morning I got up and I'm like feeding all the animals, because that's what I do. As soon as I wake up in the morning, I go out and I feed. Usually my husband gets up before me, and so he'll get the cats fed. So I'll go out and I feed my dogs, and then I give the cats a lickable treat. Well, some mornings I put Molly's medicine in her food, but she does not like, when she gets to something like hard and she feels it, she will spit it out. She does not like it. Okay, I'm gonna use this Fenty Beauty highlighter in Hustla Baby. I have not used this highlighter. Oh, do I want to use this one? This is kind of like goldy pink, and I'm gonna be doing like cool toned. So I'm gonna save that for next week. Yeah, I don't want anything gold or too warm, so I pulled this out. I haven't used this in so long. This is the Maybelline Master Holographic Prismatic Highlighter. I don't think they even make this anymore, but this is such a good highlighter. It's really, it's like very sheer and very, very sparkly. Oh, it's so pretty. It definitely has like a pink reflect to it, but that's okay. But anyway, so I get done feeding my dogs, and Molly has not eaten her medicine. Well, one of them, her heart medication. So I put it on her plate, and when that happens, I usually have to get one of the cat's treats and like squeeze it over the pill so she doesn't see it and she just licks it up. So I'm bent down. I've got her plate up there with her medicine on it, and I'm bent down in the cabinet getting out a cat treat, and my Pistol, my baby kitty, he jumps up there. Now, mind you, Pistol was a tiny, tiny kitten when we found him, and he had been, who knows how long he had been without his mother and what he had been scavenging to eat. So he's just naturally a scavenger. If he comes across anything that is edible, he's going to eat it. And you know where this is going. I stand back up. I literally had been under there for 2 seconds getting at a treat, stand back up, and he had jumped up there and eaten her heart medication. And the way that my heart dropped, thinking, I mean, I just went into like panic mode. I was about to immediately call the vet and like try to get him in immediately so they could like do a cat pumping stomach or whatever they have to do to, you know, fix it, to get it out. And so then I was like, no, just calm down. Like, this is probably not the first time in history that this has happened. Google and see if, you know, just Google it and see if you can find anything. So I get on my phone and I immediately Google, my cat ate my dog's heart medication. And immediately one of the first things that popped up was somebody else who it was like an Ask a Vet website. And it was the same exact situation. The person put in, my cat ate my dog's vet med in 1.25 milligrams or whatever it is. And the vet came back and answered the question. It was like, vetmedin is a very safe medication, though it's not used in cats. It has been used in cats safely. It's the worst it's going to do is cause vomiting and diarrhea, but probably most likely not even that. Your cat should be completely fine. And her cat was like 9 pounds. And I think Pistol, he might be a little bit heavier than 9 pounds, but anyways, oh, thank goodness he ended up being completely fine. Like it didn't affect him at all. He wasn't, it didn't upset his stomach. Like nothing changed. It was like, he was perfectly fine. Thank goodness. I'm going to use this I Love Bloom from Sephora palette. If you guys have never gotten like some of the Sephora branded palettes, they are really, really good. I'm going to use every single color in this palette. So yeah, their palettes, most of the ones that I've ever gotten are super, super good. I'm going to go in first with the clear one. So yeah, that was some excitement that I had this week. It was very, very scary here. I'm immediately thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to get him to the vet. Like they're gonna have to make him vomit or something. Like I didn't even know what I was gonna have to do. I was like horrified. I was so scared. And thank goodness for Google, and thank goodness for websites like that where people can like ask a vet a question. Because I was so scared, and then I felt so much better after that. I did keep my eye on him all day though, just to make sure that, you know, he was acting normally and was okay. And thankfully he was just fine. That was yesterday, and he's just been perfectly fine and normal ever since. But it's good to know that her medication, because there have been times when her sister has almost gotten her medication, where Molly has, sometimes she'll get it in her mouth and sometimes she'll drop it on the ground, and Hannah is the same way. She's like, well, both my dogs, they were scavengers too because they were abandoned as puppies. And so they're the same way. They will literally eat anything that they come across. So if Hannah hears something hit the ground, man, she's gonna try to get it. So there have been times where she has almost gotten Molly's heart medication. So I'm just glad to know that if that ever happens, Hannah will be completely fine. Like it's not gonna hurt her. Now the other little tiny white pill, that's a different story. If one of them got that, that's gonna hurt them. But that's the one that she usually never ever misses eating because it's so little. She doesn't ever even notice that she's taking it. And I try to be super, super vigilant, like when I'm feeding them, so that nothing like that ever happens. But yeah. So anyways, see how pretty those they blend so beautifully. I just love these little palettes. I just think they're so pretty. This one especially is really pretty. They just blend really well. Even that really dark brown blends really nicely. All right, see, and now it's always so pretty when I get the mats on. I'm like, I could just stop right there, but then I never can. Okay, I think I'm gonna go all over my whole lid with this kind of darker taupey shade. And I'm just gonna do it with my finger. Yeah, that is so pretty. It's like it's kind of like a pinky taupe color, and it is so pretty. I haven't shopped on the Sephora website in so long. I just don't really, I don't know, I just don't really shop on Sephora anymore. I usually just do Ulta. I was talking to my friend Jacqueline yesterday, and both of us within like the last year have just been struggling really hard with our skin chemistry and perfume smelling the way the perfumes smell on us. And I've been dreading doing it, but I think I'm gonna have to go through and do just like a massive declutter, because I've just got so many fragrances that just don't smell good on me anymore. And I don't know if they ever will. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this kind of bronzy shade, and I'm gonna pop that right in the middle. So I think I just need to come to terms with the fact that those fragrances just don't smell good on me. I need to go ahead and declutter them and make room for other fragrances that do smell good on me, and quit trying to hold on to stuff that isn't working anymore. I mean, it's sad. Yes, I hate it. I hate having to get rid of stuff, but there are just things that, I mean, and when I say they smell bad, they smell bad. She was talking about how she's got some fragrances that are supposed to be like some of her go-to like freshy type fragrances, and that they just smell like a fish tank. And I completely get it. Like, that's how some of mine are on me too. It's just like terrible. They just don't smell good on me anymore. So yeah, I think it's time for a big declutter. Okay, I'm gonna use this Big and Bright eye pencil. I'm gonna put this on my lower lash line today. Just to, ooh, look how bright that is. The problem with this is it like gets into your lash line. And then it can look weird with mascara, but I'll get the mascara like right up in my lash line. That is like, wow, holy cow, seriously bright. If it still looks weird when I look at that. Oh goodness. All right, let me put on some tight line. I think I'm gonna do black mascara today just because I still haven't gotten a new brown one. I really need a new brown one, but I'm like, oh, I cannot buy another mascara. I've got so many tubes of mascara, like backup bottles. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I do not need another mascara at all until I work through a lot of the ones that I have. It's crazy. I saw a video that somebody had posted of something in the sky. I think it was still, again, over New Jersey. And I don't know what they are. I don't know what they're catching. They're not drones. I know that. I don't know what they are. But they change. Like, they change colors. They change form. It's really, really wild. I really like this blush. I feel like it's gonna really stay on like super well. And I really like the finish of it. It's like, it's very luminous, but without being sparkly. This mascara is so good. This is the Sephora Lash Craft, and it is really, really good. It's pretty much like a one coat and done. You don't have to sit there and go over it a million times. Yeah, I've got another unopened tube of this. I'm telling you, I'm like ridiculous when it comes to the number of mascaras that I have. I don't know. I don't know if I like how that white looks. I think it's kind of weird. It's like so bright. It's almost distracting. So I think I'm going to take that off. But I'm going to have to go get a Q-tip to do that. So I'll do that before I start filming perfume videos. We'll just leave it on for right now. But anyways, that is the eye look. I think it is so pretty. I love, minus the white eyeliner. Okay, my beautiful friend Jacqueline sent me a buxom lip kit that she found. And it came with a lip liner in, I think this is in the shade Dolly. This is the Powerline Plumping Lip Liner. No, sorry, it's in Hush Hush Henna. And then this is the full-on Plumping Lip Cream, and this is in the shade Dolly. And then it came with 3 of the full-on plumping lip polishes. Yeah, they're all the full-on pumping lip polish. And this one is in the shade called Celeste. It's like a really pretty, sparkly, like peachy shade. This one is gorgeous. This one is called Sophia, and it's kind of like a cool toned shimmery pink. And then this one is called Serena, and this is kind of like a brownish, really sparkly one, but it's got like a really strong kind of pink and blue reflect to it. It's really gorgeous. I think I'm going to use the full-on lip cream today though in the shade Dolly, and I'm going to use the lip pencil as well. And this, it's a very intense formula, I'm not gonna lie, but I love it because it like gets rid of all of the lines in your lips, and it really does plump like really well. I mean, you can see already, like, you can see how quickly it fills in all of the lines on your lips. It's so pretty. I love these lip products. So anyways, you guys, yeah, that's makeup done. That is a Dollar Tree blush, and it is so good. It's really, really beautiful. It's like luminous without having any sparkle in it at all. I think it's gonna stay on really good too. And I didn't even put like a powder over it or anything to set it. I do not like the white eyeliner. It's distracting. It's like all you can see. You can't even see like any other eye look, just white eyeliner. It's weird. So I'm gonna go wipe that off, and yeah, that is makeup done. And yeah, I do hope that you all have an amazing rest of the week and that you enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Bye.